Patuloy tayo sa pagbabasa sa weekly newsletter. Dito mo. Hindi pa dumating. Inisend ko. Iba kasi, iba. Nandito na. Send ko lang dito kasi para patuloy tayo sa pagbasa, patuloy ako sa pagbabasa sa weekly newsletter. Ako lang pala magbasa. For the first week that I am there, I will be meeting in California with my writing partner Steve Yeun as we continue our work on the Sikander Tabor Mossad thriller. If you thought there was intrigue in the first novel, Operation Yuktan, you have not seen anything yet. And speaking of Operation Yuktan, I want to thank all of you who have taken time to leave a review of the book on Amazon. From its release, it has held steady with a remarkable rating of 4.9 and out of 5 stars, which has been a true blessing to see Asad Sen Gadd's hand on this project from first idea to final fruition, and even now into its distribution. Please pray for the Behold Israel team as we saw prior to and during the previous U.S. tour. The enemy has attacked illnesses among many members, ongoing flight issues for me, even a typhoon for one of our team, have all of us down on our knees, praying, Lord, if this is your plan, you're going to have to make it happen. Yet, even in the midst of the trials, we rejoice knowing that we will soon have the opportunity to see Him working once again in miraculous ways. Psalms chapter 20 verses 7 up to 8, some trust in chariots and some in horses, but we all remember the name the Lord our God. We have bowed down and fallen, but we have risen and stand upright. The Middle East Monday marked the 2-year anniversary of the day as U.S. missile sent Iranian Quds Force Commander Qasem Soleimani to meet his maker, and not the maker was expecting to see. The U.S. has been expecting retaliation against its troops, and the Iranian did not disappoint. Rocket and drone attacks have been launched over the past several days against the American forces based at the Omar oil field in Syria, the Ain al-Assad base in Iraq, and the Baghdad International Airport. Most of the weapons were shot down, and those that weren't caused little damage. Writing was found on 2 of the damaged drones, with one saying Soleimani Revenge and the other Revenge operations of the commanders. More than just revenge for Soleimani, the Iran-backed militias in Iraq and Syria promised more attacks against the U.S. for reneging on its departure from Iraq after another UAV strike on the Ain al-Assad base and an attack on an American logistic convoy last night, as spokesman for the Sayyid al-Shuhada militia, Sheikh Qasim al-Fartusi, promised greater quality and quantity of attacks as time goes on. This is the same UAV scaled militia that features so prominently in Operation Yuktan. Unfortunately, it was a good week for Tehran. Iran launched three new satellites into orbit for research purposes as part of their uh, burgeoning space program. Under pressure from the US and the West, Egypt canceled its id- id- cancel its deal to buy Su-35 fighter jets from Russia. Iran was quick to jump in and is expected to negotiate a deal to scope up these technologically fast planes for their own antiquated air force. Finally, as evidence of the cyber threat that I wrote about last week, Iranian hackers broke into the servers of the online version of the Jerusalem Post and the Twitter account of news outlet Marib and posted a picture of a missile hitting Israel's Dimona nuclear site with a grammatically awkward caption, "We are close to you where you don't think about it." An Emirate ship bound for Saudi Arabia from an island of Yemen was seized by Houthi rebels, the Saudis declaring it an act of piracy, protested, saying that the ship was carrying materials from this disused military hospital, but the Houthis posted video of Saudi coalition military equipment from on board. This action could be considered the one Houthi success in a week that has been the Saudi coalition destroying rebel warehouses filled with Iranian UAP is the shooting down of their suicide drones and other airstrike aimed at their military infrastructure. The Lebanese currency hit a historic low of 30,000 to the dollar on Tuesday. Responsibility for the free fall can be laid at the feet of the terrorist group Hezbollah, which has so ingrained itself into Lebanon's government. There was an encouraging moment the same day when Hezbollah, the same day is when Hezbollah's Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah, with no apparent self-awareness, accused King Salman of Saudi Arabia being a terrorist. Lebanese Prime Minister Naib Mikati was quick to counter the statement, saying it served no purpose and was contrary to Lebanon's positions, good for a chance to see the government dissenting from the true terrorists. Lebanese Hezbollah has not as been by destroying their own country. They and the IRGC are building a facility at Adimas military airport northwest of Damascus for storing UAV and strategic weapons military equipment from other parts of the country is being brought to this location and to Iranian Air Force cargo planes have landed in Syria since the start of the year. Hamas celebrated the new year by launching two rockets at Israel. Both landed out in the Mediterranean, and the terror group was quick to blame the attack on bad weather. You can hear much more about it on my breaking news today from January 1. Later the night, the Israel Defense Forces hit back with airstrikes directed at a rocket-making facility while tanks bombarded border outposts. The IDF was also busy yesterday when I targeted a number of the Hezbollah observation posts near the Golan Heights in the ground attack. The nation of Israel mourned the loss this week of two Air Force helicopter pilots, LPC Evas Sayani 30 and Major 10 food shelter 37 were called during our 10 mission. Despite the registration of the entire government, Kazakhstan continues to burn as rioters battle police and military. Dozens of protesters have been killed in the violence as well as 13 security forces. Initially, the protest began against rising fuel prices, but they have since expanded to the need for such wider government reform. Earlier today, Russia sent paratroopers in to help quell the uprising. The ministry, as I mentioned earlier, the time is drawing near for me to begin my first S tour of 2021. If you live in or near California, Hawaii, or Missouri, or Oklahoma, please check out the whole display of teaching around the world. Please to find out either and or Pastor Mike Goody will be speaking. It is going to be an exciting time, and we are expecting God to move in mighty ways. Many people forget that not all of the events of the Bible took place in Israel. That is why we are offering for the first time a to grace experience the New Testament at a deeper level as we walk and quest in the footsteps of the days are John 23 to July 1, 2022, during the which we will spend the days in Greece, Athens, Corinth, Thessalonica, and then 4 days aboard the festival Olympia as we cross Greek islands and passes. Click here to find out more and to submit application. Thank you. Thank you. And behold Israel. Thank you, Lord. I pray that it's so. Tulog na ko, Lord. Yun na lang natin tomorrow. Tuloy sa pag-record. The next one is for tomorrow, continuing